Hey guys, what's going on? Pito back. We're back from Nationals. So this is just gonna be a little video recapping how Nationals went. As you probably guessed, or if you follow me on Twitter, I did not make day two. I was X1 all the way through to round eight, and then round eight, um, game three, I lost because, I didn't win a die roll after round two, and so in round eight, he went first, won game one. I went first, game two, won game two, and then game three, he just opened the absolute nuts, and I couldn't beat it. It was against Sword Soul. He like opened like the three big guys, and then flipped anti spell with the set trap, Sword Soul trap card, and yeah, my hand wasn't very good, so I wasn't able to win. And then and then in the next round, round nine, I played against Runic Live Twin Sprite, which is the second hardest matchup of the deck. And yeah, I'll go into what ended up happening after the deck profile, but I wanted to give you the deck profile. The deck itself felt really powerful, really consistent. I only bricked really like twice in the whole tournament, and that's between the main event and two side events. But we'll get into the deck list first, and then we'll talk about my matchups and talk about my experiences. Three Loki, one Twin, and then three Princess, two Mudan, two Petal, one Snowdrop, one Primula. This is the normal package that a lot of people are playing. I am on the two Petal, not three. I don't think you need more than two. It's just too many normal summons. And then because we play Small World, we play the two Lone Fire. The double Lone Fire comes up a lot. So if you are playing Small World, I would definitely play two. It's a bridge into the whole deck. Uh, and then for other Small World targets, we play the Kurakara and the Pankratops. I resolved Kurakara twice the whole tournament, and both times were in round nine, and it was against the Runic. It was the only time I actually saw it. Um, and I resolved it twice, and I lost both of those games. Uh, but I didn't play against any cash, and we'll get to that at the end. And then Pankratops, uh, I didn't really see it. I resolved it one time the whole tournament. I cited it out a lot. Um, and then the Therion package, this package was amazing. The double Lily is really nice because you can sack Therion King for, to negate something, and then on your following turn, grab the second Lily, and then summon the Lily and equip the King, and you have another Omni. So yeah, this package was really good all weekend. And then we played three Glamour, only two Con. We the deck size was already getting too big, so I needed to cut it down. So I just cut the third Con. Three Unexpected Die, the two Sewing. The second one comes up fairly regularly, and if you hard open it, it's not that big of a deal because you can still open like Princess and then summon Princess, make Dryas, and then activate Sewing. Um, so it's the thing. Three Small World. Small World was really good for me all weekend. I would use it to bridge into hand traps. I bridged into Loki a couple times, into just missing combo pieces. Um, so yeah, that was pretty good. Dark Ruler. This dark, I the Dark Ruler only came up like one time. I saw it a lot, but I mostly saw it like game one when I was going first. Um, and so but when I did see it, it was pretty good. Yeah, I think it's mandatory main deck this format. And then this is where my list takes a little bit of a left turn. I am maining the tactics package, so two thrust, one talent, one duster, and then I'm playing the one sheet obviously, but then two imperms and an evenly match. And here was my theory behind this. So I really didn't want to lose to Kashtira because I thought there'd be a lot of Kashtira there. So I wanted the ability to I wanted my Kashtira matchup to be game one as good as possible. Um, and so I decided that I wanted to not play Ash. I wanted to play Imperms over Ash. and I wanted to play the thrust package for that matchup. And I didn't play a single cache all day. Like during the main event, I did not play a cache once. I also wanted to be able to. I wanted to play three copies of. I wanted to play three copies of Harpy's Feather Duster too, which did come in clutch as I thrust it into a Duster against Dragon Link, blew all the spells and traps out of the game, and then proceeded to kill him. But yeah, and then I talenced once. Like I talent took a Sword Soul monster and a couple other things. But yeah, this package was okay. Um, I set sheep from the deck a few times. I set it imperm from the deck. So meaning this wasn't that big of a deal. There was once that it kind of I opened two of them and my opponent just didn't play into it. So that was pretty shitty. But yeah, no, I just really wanted my cash matchup to be the best it possibly could because you can just thrust into Small World, into Kurakara, or thrust into Imperm, or thrust into Talent, or thrust into the evenly matched, which is why I played a split of 2 and 1, is because evenly matched is just really good against some matchups. So if you're playing against like um, Labyrinth, if you're which these are sometimes turned on by Labyrinth, but if you're playing against like back row decks, I wanted to be able to that Dark Ruler isn't very good against. I wanted an option that wasn't Dark Ruler, and maybe I should have just played a split here instead of a split here. But overall, I never saw evenly. I saw evenly in the tournament. It was in a side event one time, and that was post side when I had three of them. So it was. I can't tell you about the main deck one. I like I said, I didn't see it. And that was a main deck. It's 45 cards. For the extra deck, it's like the world's most standard extra deck. You have the normal two big one Ixie, Sacred Tree, the two Strenas. You have double Healer, double Jasmine, three Dryas, Melius, Dance Peony, Thrasher, Bangle Lancer. So that's just the standard extra deck. And then the side deck I was really weary on. I made this list at 11 p.m. So my side deck was three Drolls. This card came in clutch a couple times throughout the day. Three Ash Blossoms. One Rose Whip, which absolutely blew my opponent out once. The Spider Orchard, which did come up. And then I had a Ghost Spell as a small world target. It came up once against Dragon Link. And then I played two Cosmic Cyclones for general back row decks. I cited it in against my Runic matchup. It was the only time I saw that, and I saw it against the lab, but it was not that big of a deal. And then I played one Dark Hole. I wanted a searchable out to the Ibly lock, and I just had one more spot left in my extra deck, so I put in the Dark Hole. In retrospect, I might have bumped this up, but yeah, I saw it once and I used it to bait and bear and negate, and then proceeded to thrust into like an. I think I thrusted into evenly and won that game. And then the other two. Oh wait, no, that I searched a Harpy's Feather Duster and blew out his back row. And then the other two evenly matches, and then the one spiritual water art AOE. This card was ass for me all weekend, mostly because every time I got to resolve it, I looked at their hand and they had like double evenly, or they had I never set up AOE with the full board. It was always just um. Oh, I did once, and I won that game very easily, but it was in a side event. But yeah, I set up the water. Most of the times I got to set up the water art, I had a very suboptimal board, and I looked at their hand, and their hand was all gas, and I was like, yeah, this water art ain't doing nothing. Funny enough, I only saw this in the side events and in the last two rounds that I lost. So, would I play it again? Maybe. In theory, if they didn't open like double evenly, then then it would have won. Like that My round eight opponent, if he didn't open double evenly, I could have water arted the evenly away and won the match. But since he had two of them, there was I just hit the engine piece and I was like, whatever. And he still killed me. But yeah, that's the main deck. Let me grab my phone and I'll go over the matchups. Um, so profile. Um, so round one, I played against Pearly. I won 2-0 and I won the die roll. It was a fairly easy matchup. The only notable thing from it, I'm very familiar with Pearly, so it helped me a lot. I was able to cheat take the Xyz monster and then tribute it away with Teardrop. Oh yeah, yeah, that reminds me. I did pick up a CR Teardrop, which is it's real nice. But I was able to Teardrop the one I took away, and because my friend Pearly says you control, it doesn't trigger. So that won me that game. Round two, I won against Gold Pride Punk. Honestly, I would have 2-0'd him if he didn't flip Anti-Spell. But Anti-Spell is strong, and Gold Pride Punk sucks, so don't play it. Round three, I lost to D-Link. He took me into time and just kind of like burned me for 500. Game one was really long. So that was my first loss was round three against D-Link. Round four, I won against Sword Soul. By the way, at round three, I lost my die roll and I didn't win any more die rolls. I want to get. I played against Sword Soul. Nothing a major to talk about. It was 2-1. I would have 2-0'd him if he didn't open up anti spell again. Um, round five, I played against Trap Labyrinth, who bricked twice. I think I used every bit of luck from the weekend on that matchup because Trap Labyrinth is Rico's worst matchup, and he just kind of bricked twice, and I was able to kill him. So that game took like not even 10 minutes. I just went like he went first, set one pass, and then I just OTK'd him with Thrasher, and then game two, same thing. Round six, I played against another Trap Labyrinth, um, and he opens up. We get to game three. He opens up set five. I draw my card, and it's Harpy's Feather Duster, and I just duster five away. So yeah, I channeled my Sunseed Jess game three against Trap Labyrinth, and dustered him for five, and won the match on the spot. Um, I missed one of them. Yeah, okay. Round seven, I played against Sky Striker. I lost the die roll. He made me go first. I full comboed him. He couldn't break it. Game two, he also made me go first again. I full comboed him. So you can do stuff like if you open unexpected die and in pedal, you can go special. You can go unexpected die for Loki or for Sunseed, and then normal summon pedal add what's it called princess, and then if they try to droll, you can just negate the droll. So that's what I did, and it turned off his ability to droll and lockbird me. Um, and so I was able to full combo him. Actually, I didn't do that. That was game one. I did that. Game two, he sighted into board breakers and he sighted out all his hand traps. And so I was able to full combo him without using my normal summon, and I had opened the second Lone Fire, so I just normal summoned the Lone Fire and summoned Rose Whip, and he looked at his hand. His hand was all spell cards and like array, and yeah, he just kind of conceded on the spot, so that was pretty cool. Then we get to round eight. I'm X1 at this point. I play against Sword Soul. I lost the die roll. Um, game one, he goes first. He wins the die roll. I actually win game one, I think. Oh no, I lost game one. Um, so I was like, yeah. I actually lost the die roll, and or sorry, of course I lost the die roll. I didn't win one after round two, and so he game one he full combos me, nothing I can do. Game two, what's it called? I played through all his interactions. It's funny enough, he actually only won game one because he played the fire Tenyi. Because I had my like I broke his board game one, and I set up Con Con. I set up Con Con, and then Teardrop with a princess in the graveyard, and he goes summon activate. He goes normal summon Moyi, reveal the Fire Tenyi, and I read the Fire Tenyi, and it was like if you target a non-effect monster, then if you target a non-effect monster, then it can't. Then he can negate and destroy it. And I was like, holy shit! Like I can't just tribute away the token. And because of that, he won. So he actually won game one because of the Fire Tenyi. Um, and so there was nothing I could do. And then game two, he couldn't kill me. I just put up too good of a board through his interactions. And then game three, he put up a full. Or sorry, yeah, we go into game three. He puts up a full board. I break it, but I'm not able to put up a great board. And he top decks. I think I was only able to put up like sheet plus teardrop. After I broke his board. Um, and he top decked into a desires and then proceeded to desires into like Moyi Long Yone and it just blew my back out. And he had 10 E's in the graveyard, so he already had like good follow up. And so yeah, I got my back blown out game three. And then the last round, round nine, I played against Runic Live Twin Sprite, which is the second worst matchup of the deck. Um, I lost the die roll, obviously. Game one, I somehow win. I have no clue how I won, but I ended up just like OTKing him. And then game two, um, he sets up his full board and I can't break it. And Abomination just clears me. So I was like, okay, we'll go to game three. Game three, my hand is Unexpected Die, like Imperm, Thrust, and yeah, it's Unexpected Die, Imperm, Thrust, and like a second Unexpected Die, and then like something else kind of mediocre. I think it was like a Glamour. And so I go Unexpected Die for Loki. Loki make Dryas. Dryas had Sowing, and he goes Droll and Lockbird, and I'm like, that's annoying, but whatever. Activate Sowing, and then he goes Ash Blossom, and then I'm like, yeah, and I set two. I set two, and he goes on his turn. He's like battle phase evenly, so yeah, I've just stuck with a Dryas and nothing in the back row. And he goes normal summon the life twin, activate the field spell. And I was like, yeah, that's just game. Um, and so yeah, I got sacked out of round nine. Um, so that was pretty upsetting because played the whole day and just to lose the last two rounds. And then I entered into two side events, one on Friday. I actually entered in two events on Friday, and I had to drop from one because I entered into the wrong event. I won against Madolchi Kashira, but I gave him the win because I signed up for the Winamap, but I meant to sign up for the Yu-Gi-Oh day because I wanted the Rika mat. So I ran over to my Rika matchup, and round one I played against Go Second Cash. I beat him fairly easily. And then round two I played against I don't remember what I played against, but yeah, I lost the die roll and couldn't win. And then on Sunday, I played in the qualifiers, and I made it all the way to the finals. Got to game three, and like the only in game three, like I was playing against Kashtira, and the same thing happened where I had two playable cards. I had a Glamour and I had a Loki, and so I go, whatever, normal summon Loki, make Dryas, Dryas effect, add Sowing, and he goes Droll and Lockbird. And I'm like, that's cool. Activate Sowing, and he goes Ash Blossom, and I'm like, yep. And then he proceeds to set two. It was exactly what happened the very last round of the main event, and then he just goes evenly matched, and I'm like, yep, you got it. And then he goes special unicorn at Theosis summon Fenrir, and I was like, so I just gave up at that point, and I probably could have kept playing. I probably could have kept playing and eventually gotten my invite after like one or two more of the um, regional qualifiers, but at this point I had lost in the last round in game three to something completely out of my control multiple times, and I just kind of was like so tilted that I just didn't want to play anymore, and I still kind of don't want to play anymore. Like I think I'm just kind of wait until they kill Cash. And I'm really upset because like I sold this main deck out to beat Cash, and I didn't play Cash in the main event once, and so I changed the deck going into the side event. All I did was move the thrust to the side deck. Uh, I moved the thrust in the evenly to the side deck, moved the ashes up to the main, and then turned this into the third imperm. Um, that's all I did. Those are the only changes I made for the side event, and yeah, I don't know. And then of course I play cash in the side event and not in the main event. So yeah, I got pretty salty and kind of don't want to play the format anymore because of it. But it's whatever. We'll just continue forward. Um, looking forward to the future. Looking forward to next year. Try again next year, I guess. It's the only thing you can do, huh? So, but yeah, that's a little recap of how Nats went. Had fun seeing a lot of people. I hadn't seen them forever. Um, ate at a lot of good places. Met a bunch of new people. I got my driest sun by signed by NBT. So my sunseed signed by NBT, which was kind of cool. But yeah, I guess thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. Probably won't be any content for about a week or two while I take a break. But yeah, expect some more stuff coming up, and I'll see you in the next one.